another vlog. I am still waking up a little bit. I'm not waking up. I'm just still groggy from it getting up as early as I did. Last week, I tried to push myself to getting back to like a regular routine, and it did not work because I just was not in the right sleep pattern that I needed to be. So this week, I'm trying again, and at least now I have a little bit of motivation and accountability because my friend and I are reading The Awe of God together for the next 3 weeks. There's like 2 ways the book recommends that you read it. Either a 3-week plan where you read in the morning and the evening, or a 6-week plan where you just read once a day. So we're reading this over 3 weeks, morning and evening, and there's like journal sections or like passages and things that you want to like write more about and answer. So I did that this morning, and it actually didn't take me as much time as I thought it would, which is great just to know how to gauge how much time I'll need to finish them in the morning. I got up around like 5:40 today, and I think like 5:30 to 5:45 is going to be the window that I'm aiming for to get up, do a little skincare, and then get to the couch and reading. Is my camera flickering? Anyway, I got through my chapter for this morning, and I'm enjoying it so far. I've heard a lot of people recommend this, and I actually had it on my Kindle for a while because it's on Kindle Unlimited. Now, I'm already dressed for the gym. I need to throw sweatpants on over these shorts. I've realized in the last couple of weeks with the weather, like before it got really, really cold, the weather was so back and forth. Like it would be 30 degrees one day and 70 degrees the next day. But I realized when I had some of those warm days, I miss wearing shorts to the gym. And I can wear shorts to the gym because the heat is always blasting in there, and I'm usually actually hot in the gym. So I could just wear sweatpants there and then change once I get there. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm going to head out in the next couple of minutes, go get my workout in, and get the rest of this day started.
So amazing, so amazing, amazing, so amazing, so amazing.
Hello again. It is really giving Monday today in the worst possible way. I finished a call a little while ago and about to join another call in like 15 minutes. I'm really hungry, but I did not feel like making anything, so I just had a protein shake for breakfast. And now I am warming up some chili that I had in the freezer. I'm so glad I froze some because I scheduled my grocery delivery for later because I had so many early meetings, and I didn't feel like making anything from nothing. I didn't really have much that I could have made anyway, so that worked out really well. I don't know when I'm going to have time to take a reading break today, but did want to talk about what I am currently reading, and how I accidentally ended up buying a book when I'm supposed to not be buying any books until after I move, because it doesn't make any sense to buy books right now, at least not physical copies. But I was going on a walk on the weekend and exploring my new neighborhood, actually, and there's a Target over there. So I was like, oh, let me like get the lay of the land of this new Target. Glad there's still a Target nearby, like within a couple of blocks. And this Target, my Target that I live next to now, does not have a book section. This Target has books, so that's going to be problematic. I'm moving farther away from bookstores, closer to a Target with books. The universe has its way of making sure you have what you need, right? So I walked by the book section. I was just like checking it out. I wasn't going to pick anything up, but then I saw this. Christina Lauren is actually like the romance duo that got me really back into romance like 6-7 years ago at this point. But I've never read their early stuff, like the debut stuff. This is the first book in a series. It's like the Beautiful series. This one is called Beautiful Bastard. I'm probably not going to say the name of this book anymore because I hate that word. But there you go for reference. But yeah, I think there are 6 books, like all companion books in this series. And I don't know what I was expecting. I knew it was like a workplace romance and like an enemies to lovers situation. But I'm very familiar with Christina Lauren. I've read a lot of Christina Lauren books. Some of my favorite romance books of all time are Christina Lauren books. And I feel like because I started reading them maybe in like 2017 or 18. This, I think, came out in like 2014, I want to say. 2013, this book came out. So that was obviously a while before I started reading them. Definitely changed their writing for me a little bit. And I knew that this book had spice. I did not realize how much spice it has. If you do not like spice in your romance, don't even walk past this book. By page 10, they are like a lot, and I'm like 100 pages in, and so much has happened, and I barely know who these people are. Like, I know the bare minimum about them, but they've done a lot of things to each other. So, but I'm enjoying it. It's a really fast read. Like, I got through 100 pages in pretty much like a day, which is a good sign for me. So I feel like I could finish this one early in the week and move on to something else. My hopefuls list for January changed so fast I couldn't even like record a video on it, because at the end of December I thought I was going to use January to really catch up on some fantasy reads. Onyx Storm, the 3rd book in the Imperium trilogy, so 4th Wing series, comes out in like a week. I definitely want to read that. I was going to read Wicked in January. I was going to read, oh my gosh, I always think of the French name for this book, and I don't know why I do that because I can't even say it in French, but the French translates to the Mirror Visitor. Is that what it's called? Hold on. That's not what it's called. It's called A Winter's Promise, and it's this book, and it's pretty thick. I was going to read this. So this, Wicked, Onyx Storm, and there were a few other like fantasy books I was going to pick up that I just have had on my shelves. I'm trying to take this time in the next like 2 months where I'm not really adding new books to my collection to try to catch up on some of the books that I own but haven't read yet. And this book, I feel like I've actually tried to read it before. Like, I've had it on a plane and I've made a good dent in it before. Like, I feel like I got to about page 100. I just wasn't in the mood for it. Like, it wasn't a good travel companion book. I don't know what I'm going to read after this. I don't even know if I'm going to read Onyx Storm in January, honestly, because my reading taste has changed. I know one thing I really want to read. It doesn't come out until next month. Everyone is talking about it because it is a book that follows the side piece of W.E.B. Du Bois, and I love mess, so of course I want to read that. It comes out on February 4th. It's called Harlem Rhapsody. I don't have an advanced reader copy, but I might reach out to a publisher and just like beg someone for an e-arc, because I really just want to read it. And I love period pieces. Like, one of my favorite shows is The Gilded Age on HBO, and I love getting to Google people and see like, who is this fictionalized person in real life. So maybe that'll be a January thing. Maybe I won't get it until February. Speaking of W.E.B. Du Bois, I've also really been wanting to read the love songs of W.E.B. Du Bois. I have a paperback copy, and it's also currently on Kindle Unlimited. So it's long. I think it's like over 800 pages, but like that could be a January read. I don't know. My reading mood is all over the place in January. But for now, I'm going to go check on this chili on the stove so I don't burn the kitchen down. Join this call, and I'll probably check in with you all this evening once I'm done work and getting my life together again. Alright, I'm pausing my workday a little bit. I've been heads down trying to wrap my head around this deck that I'm working on. My grocery just got delivered and I feel like we haven't done a grocery haul in like months, which feels insane. Starting off, always sparkling water. It's an essential for me. I just realized that my Instacart delivery person or Sprouts gave me a York peppermint patty. All right, let's see what we got. First, controversy, the things I went through. I got this prepared, like just cook and it's ready. I don't think there's any juice in it, but it's like a salmon Brussels sprout meal. So I get these prepared meals at Sprouts all the time. And there's this really good mushroom garlic chicken one I usually get. All you have to do is saute the chicken and then serve whatever sides you want with it. They were out of that. She was like sending me pictures of all these other ones. And I was like, I can't really see what the pictures say, but I was like, just do the salmon. Salmon's always safe. This is a very small portion. I thought it was going to be like 2 to 3 pieces of salmon, but it's salmon with a poblano crema. So I'll do that tonight with like some kind of rice, maybe add some more veggies. I got spinach because I was planning to add it into that chicken, but I have other chicken here that I could also. I got a lot of salad because I've been going through salad really quickly lately, like just to throw in, especially for lunches because it's so quick and easy. Cucumber to go with salad. More oats. I'm gonna do another baked protein oatmeal. Hopefully this one is like the final yes, this is my recipe, and I'll share that with y'all. I also got some frozen rhubarb and I'm gonna put this in the baked oatmeal. I've done it with berries before, like strawberries and blueberries, which was good. The last one I made was banana and blueberry. This one I'm gonna do rhubarb and banana, and I think that's gonna some rice and some onion and some frozen veg. You guys know this one is my favorite. So I'm gonna put all this stuff away real quick so I can head back to my laptop. I'm working from the couch right now because that's all I have to give. Yeah, hopefully I can finish this deck before the deck finishes me. So wish me luck.
So amazing, so amazing.
Hello, I'm using my microphone because my heater is going off, so hopefully this helps the audio not be as chaotic. Hi, it's now Wednesday. I didn't pick up the camera once yesterday because I spent the entire day puking, and that's all the detail that I think that I want to give and you want to know. I do feel a lot better now. I definitely don't feel 100%, but I am working today. I attempted to work yesterday and my body quickly let me know that she will shut the whole party down whenever she sees fit. This morning when I woke up, I was finally feeling better again, like much less nauseous, and I logged on to work a little bit earlier because I wanted to catch up on all the things that I had attempted to do yesterday, but then my body canceled on me. So I was going through emails. I've had a bunch of meetings today. I have 2 big client calls today. So at some point I will be taking off this ASOS t-shirt and putting on something that looks like I have the job that I have. I woke up looking pretty gross and crusty, as you can imagine. So I think I've decrusted a little bit. My hair being done helps a lot with that. I'm going to just try to get through this workday unscathed. I'm probably going to have to work a little bit late because we have so many big presentations coming up. But overall, I feel like I'm actually going to be able to make it through the day. I had like some oatmeal this morning, some just like plain oatmeal, and that stayed down pretty good. I hate being sick in that way. It is just so gross to me. I've never grossed myself out more. Also today, because I got a little bit of fake energy after being on the couch sick and shut in all day yesterday, I realized like I need to just start doing more packing again and doing more decluttering. So I took a little corner in my living room and started there. I'm going to do another corner or 2 this evening whenever I finish work. And yeah, we're really moving out of here. I think in terms of the living room, my plan for tonight, I want to clear the bookshelf that my TV sits on tonight. I also want to clear, there's a corner behind my armchair like in front of that little reading nook, and there are a bunch of books on the floor that don't really have a space. I don't think I'm going to go through them tonight, but that should be a this week thing. All of those books are mostly nonfiction, or like sometimes I'll get sent journals or something like that. Those are all back there, and I need to figure out which ones are coming and which ones are staying. So that will be a tonight thing for sure. Actually, no, it won't be a tonight thing for sure, but that'll be a this week, early next week thing. And maybe my desk drawers I can go through. I've also reached the period of time where I'm accepting that moving is just so messy and things always have to look worse before they look better. So the chaos of how things are going to look in here for the next couple of weeks is already like closing in on me. Okay, this was really a chance to update the vlog and also to take a deep breath before I dive back into my really long and intimidating work to-do list. So I'm going to get back to work. But hi, I'm a survivor like Reba McEntire, and I will check in with you all later so we can do a little decluttering and finish our book. I did, while I was sick and shut in, honestly, I didn't read because I was asleep or retching all day. But at night, when I had slept so much that my body was just awake, I did read. So I only have like 100 pages left in my book, and I think I can finish that tonight as well. This week has felt like a fever dream, honestly. And I'm honestly scared to watch the footage of this vlog because I feel like the vlog is going to give fever dream. I feel like I've barely left my house this week except to go to work yesterday. And yeah, I've just felt like very lost in the sauce this week. But it's finally Friday. My goal is to just finish the week stronger than I started it. So I have a quick reading update because I did finish Beautiful Bastard by Christina Lauren, and I'm giving it 3 stars. Honestly, the ending was so whatever to me. Like the way that they resolved the conflict that I wasn't even, I don't know. I'm very meh on this book. I thought it was like, again, it was really well written, and I could see myself reading more in this series because it's definitely fun. Like if you just need an easy, lighthearted, very, very spicy read where there's literally like spice in every chapter, then like sure, pick this up. But I think what we all have come to know and love Christina Lauren for are these like love stories where you're so invested in the story of it all that you can't help but root for these characters. I did not care about either of these people because I did not know either of these people. I know bare minimum about them. So yeah, 3 stars, maybe like a 2.5 if I'm being honest, but I would definitely give it a higher rating because it is so well written. It's paced really well. Like if I hadn't been so like half dead this week, I probably could have finished this in like a day or 2. But when I finished that, I did immediately start reading Wicked by Gregory Maguire. I had actually started this at the end of last year. I read like the first 3 chapters or so, or 2 chapters. So I started where I left off. And the thing that the writing is really, really good so far. Like I can see why this gagged the girls. I also still am sick that I got this cover, and I want to go just buy the rest of the series in these covers before they're all Cynthia and Ariana Grande. Love them down, but like, I don't want a movie cover. But I knew the thing that I was going to struggle with the most in reading this is that, and this is like a very generalized statement, but it is how I feel. Science fiction and fantasy written by white men when they have to portray women gets very weird and very gross very quickly, and they will fixate on things for no reason to portray women in a certain way. So I'm only like 40 pages in, and so I'm at the part where like Elphaba has literally just been born. Right now she's like a year and a half old, and so obviously they talk a lot about her mother Milena, and the way that he describes her as just being this like wanton, boobs out all the time. She's like so over. I'm just like, why? Like, and it doesn't get, I don't know. I don't like it. And I know that's going to be a struggle for me. I know that there's more weird sex stuff that happens in the book, especially at the Ozdas, that I'm bracing myself for. But I am really interested just to read this because I am so obsessed with that movie. And it is interesting to be in this like more dark version of the world. Like even the way that they're describing places, like obviously you see the stage show and you've seen the movie and you have these like vibrant colors, and like all the Munchkinlanders in the movies are gingers and they have freckles and wear these bright colored clothes, and like Elphaba and Glinda's outfits are very like stylized in the movie, and even like in the stage show they both have these like cute dresses and stuff. And in this it's definitely giving like the dark side of the Yellow Brick Road. Like it's nothing, like even from the tone of it, it's like Oz is supposed to be a utopia, but it's definitely like a dystopian utopia, if that makes any sense. But yeah, so far I'm in this. I have this in like every format. I have the physical, I have the audiobook, I have it on my Kindle. So hopefully this sticks and I get at least one of my fantasy TBR read this week. We'll see how that goes. No pressure. Now I need to dive into my work to-do list because once again, I have a deck I need to finish. This has been a really big client presentation week for me. I feel like I've spoken to more clients this week than I have in my entire career. So I'm going to jump into that. Later tonight, my best friend had to actually come into the city today because she's working. She usually works from home. She's working at her office, which is only a few blocks away from my apartment. So we're going to meet up, try this new place for dinner. It's a new pho place. I love pho. It's been super cold here. It snowed last night, so I feel like it's going to be a great night for pho. I also personally really want a cocktail, so that's going to happen too. And then I'm going to go home with her back to Jersey because she's also moving. She's moving first. Her move is in like 2.5 weeks, which is nuts. So she's moving first. I'm going to go and help her finish some packing in her apartment. I'm sure next month she'll be here helping me do packing. She's also already volunteered to throw me an unpacking party because she is the best friend. So that's what we're going to do. I clearly have not had enough coffee because I'm forgetting that there's also a stack of book mail that I got in that I need to open. Like I said, I barely left my apartment this week except to go to work, and then I went downstairs and realized I had a bunch of packages, and I was like, oh, I should do something about that. So this one I did already take a peek at because it gagged me that it was blurbed by George R.R. Martin, and I was like, what could that be? This cover is just like, oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, sprayed edges. Oh my gosh. It's called The Death of the Author by Nnedi Okorafor. Why can I not remember the Nnedi Okorafor book that I've already read? Why am I blanking? I read, I think it was a YA book, Akata Witch. That's what I read, which was YA. I didn't realize that they had so many adult titles too. Well, thank you, William and Morrow, for giving me this stunning book. Let's see what the synopsis is. In this exhilarating tale by New York Times bestselling award-winning author Nnedi Okorafor, a disabled Nigerian-American woman pens a wildly successful sci-fi novel, but as her fame rises, she loses control of the narrative. A surprisingly cutting yet heartfelt drama about art and love, identity and connection, and ultimately what makes us human. This is a story unlike anything you've read before. I'm intrigued. It's a book within a book that blurs the line between the writing and being written. Oh, that is intriguing. I have to take the dust jacket off because I feel like this whole book, look at the end pages. Oh my goodness. Forget the dust jacket. Goodness gracious. Oh, they ate with this. Oh, they ate with that. They ate with that. See, this is why when I think about packing all my books and when people like ask me or comment like, are you going to get rid of all your, how can I get rid of books? Do you see books? This one is in a very pretty envelope. I think I might know what this is. It's from Harlequin. I don't know why I always try to not cut them, like playing myself. I did get a copy of this before. Seduction is Her Weapon, Love is Her Destiny, The Legend of Mineka by Kritika H. Rao. Fantasy sci-fi, clearly it's a good time for this. I will make sure, I think these are all final copies, but if they're not, whatever date they're being released, I'll put that in the description. A luscious, exhilarating fantasy inspired by one of the most famous romances in Hindu mythology. A celestial dancer is tasked with seducing a human sage, but when she finds herself falling in love with her mark, she'll be forced to choose between duty and desire. Again, more stunning in pages. The cover, like the actual cover, is like regular, but this is gorgeous, like gorgeous. Oh, this went through, so I could have almost cut a book. Okay, this one I was expecting. This one went through in the mail, like UPS. Do significantly better. You had one job. One job. So this is called A More Perfect Party by Juanita Tolliver, and it's a nonfiction book about a dinner party that Shirley Chisholm and Diane Carroll hosted. Look at the picture on the cover. Two baddies. Let's read the about. A snapshot of Black women striving to make change and a must-read for those in the work of movement and coalition building. That's a blurb by Ayanna Pressley. Good blurb. In 1972, New York Representative Shirley Chisholm broke the ice in American politics when she became the first woman to run for president. Chisholm left behind a coalition-building model personified by a once-in-an-era Hollywood party hosted by legendary actress and singer Diane Carroll and attended by the likes of Huey P. Newton, Barbara Lee, Berry Gordy, David Frost, Flip Wilson, Goldie Hawn, and others. In A More Perfect Party, MSNBC political analyst Juanita Tolliver presents a path to people-centered politics through the lens of this soiree. I think this will be super interesting, and it's also a very short read. I love these smaller snapshots just into like the lives and work of Black women and how they have always been doing the work of movements, because somehow they don't get credit for all the movement work that they've done. All right, that was the book mail haul. I'm going to jump back into work and I'll check in with y'all in a bit.